Roger Detels joins me now from Los Angeles. He's a professor of epidemiology and infectious diseases at UCLA, as well as the director of the Multicenter AIDS Cohort study there. Roger, let's start in China and the efforts there to fight HIV/AIDS. We heard a little bit of that. What progress would you say has been made in the last few decades, and has it been working?
Yeah, I think a great deal of progress has been made globally and in China as well as in the United States. As you mentioned, AIDS is now a treatable disease. You can live a near normal life if you're infected with HIV, and you can do things like hold down a job and interact with your community and the family. And we know that people who are successfully treated are not infectious anymore, so that they will not spread the disease. So the idea of treatment as prevention is an exciting idea. Another exciting idea is the idea of providing prophylactic treatment for people who are at particularly high risk of acquiring HIV. So we know how to stop the epidemic. The problem is that it requires compliance on the part of the community, both those at risk of HIV and those who currently are infected with HIV. And
Roger, I was just going to say, we know that for a long, long time, and still there is stigma surrounding this disease in China and other parts of the world, actually. Do you think that has improved in recent years, and what has helped the perception?
Yeah, I think it has improved. In the United States, we even had a candidate for president who was a gentleman who had sex with other men, although he was in a stable relationship. That's a long distance that we've come. And I think we tend now to look at AIDS as a treatable disease. I think in China, stigma has been a particularly difficult problem. But I know that the China Centers for Disease Control recognize, for example, that in order to reach the population and to reduce stigma, they had to work with the affected communities. And in the United States, we found this particularly effective, is working with the affected communities and with the communities to try to normalize the idea of HIV/AIDS as being another disease like diabetes or high blood pressure, and doing things like making testing for HIV a standard procedure. This would be particularly true for populations, younger populations, who are more likely to engage in the risk factors for HIV.
All important things to remember. Professor Roger Detels, thank you so much for joining us from Los Angeles.